Okay, so I wanted to take you through the whole process of customizing a website, kind of start to finish, so that you can see that it's really pretty manageable and kind of just, I'll walk you through my thought process. You can see it in action. So we're going to design a website. I'm going to go here. And this is going to give me templates. And see, I did want to mention these top ones will create a blank one. I want to work from a template because I think that's a little easier. And here we have lots of templates. I'm going to, let's say we're going to make a home staging website. So that's a business, more, I mean, it could be a portfolio, but it's more of a business. So let's go see all to see more templates. And home staging, for anyone who doesn't understand what home staging is, it's kind of like interior design, but for when you're selling your house. So it's kind of a designer essentially, but in real estate. So that looks kind of interesting. I can hover over and see. Probably not enough images. It's a very image heavy. This looks like it's related to real estate, so that's cool. But I don't really need infographics for this one. So, you know, I kind of like that one. Lots of big images that I could switch out. So I'm going to try it. So I'm clicking in. It's a social media website, but see, I'm not going to worry about that because what I'm looking for is functionality. For home staging, I need big images, so that it has that. I need some sort of about me. That's good. I can use this. I probably won't use it for clients, but I could use it for explaining what I can do. So that's good. I do need services and a contact. So this could work. Let's try. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my uploads. I like to put in images first because I think that it helps me get an idea for colors and kind of gets me going for a visual thing. I'm going to start with, let's see. Oh, I kind of like that actually. And see, I already know I don't like these colors, but this is going to get me going. So this obviously needs to be replaced. It's horizontal. I probably want a horizontal image. I could try that one. And I'm just drag and drop. I don't love it. Like this linear, it's so linear with this. Probably could do better. Maybe this one. Not bad. I'm going to keep thinking. If you know you're going to design, I recommend that you like upload some images. I do also, I like that kind of outside. And if I double clicked, I'm going to drag, see if there's a better crop. Do I like that? But it's not as related to what I do since staging is more of an inside thing. That's kind of bold. I might like it. Let's say we're going to leave that for right now. We're going to use this stock photo. I'm using all stock photos because this isn't really me. This is just an example of a home stager. So we're going to use this as her about me. And you know, I think this is a little bit plain. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to hold shift. I'm on a Mac. And then that way I can select 3 things at a time. I'm going to move these over for right now because you know what? I really think this needs another image. So I'm going to copy this and paste it down here because then I know that it matches like the overall look of the template. Probably going to have to move this over a little bit, but that's no big deal. You can use the arrow on your keyboard or click and use this to move it over. So we've already used this one. I'm going to use this different image of this same lady. Obviously, if it was your website, you'd be using pictures of yourself. Okay, I like that. I like how it echoes. I like the movement of it's on this side and then it's on this side. So you see how we kind of get started. We're putting in some images. I'm going to come back to this copy. You know, I probably need a testimonials page. Instead, maybe I will make this services. So I'm going to type it and I will say like staging for sale Maybe I use like rental staging. I'm just making up examples. I don't know, a third type of staging that could be like short term, or maybe like photo staging. If you're just taking like Airbnb kind of photos or something, we'll say. So like I said, this is just an example. And we're going to go over here. I have more photos ready. So maybe that one. And let's see. What do I like? Maybe a sofa. I don't know if I love it. But anyway, you get the idea of, oh, that's probably nice. A kitchen. Everybody likes a nice kitchen. Maybe this one. Okay. So now we're going to put in our services, we've put in our images. Maybe I do need to add a testimonial page because I feel like most service providers need a testimonial. So I'm going to add a page in here, and then I'm going to go back to templates and gonna find one that has a testimonial. So I'm gonna look for a portfolio page, which is usually one of these kind of ones where you have your faces, a face of a person. So that has background, fun facts, not so much me. Let's see, I think this one we looked at earlier, did not have, oh yes it does. That last page, oops. I think that last page, is that testimonials? Oh, not exactly. Those are like job referrals, not testimonials. See, and sometimes you kind of just have to poke around, which is why I thought I would show you. Oh, here, what clients say. That's good. That's what we need. I actually kind of like this whole thing. Add as new page. Okay, and see here, I just want to compare it. These testimonials, kind of clear, not completely, you know, and I decided I don't really want that one. Let me go back. Is that the best one? Let's see, does she have testimonials? Some of these are kind of edgy. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, this is an interesting one. See, and this is a like design one. That's kind of cool. And see, ooh, maybe let's add a page. Ooh, that was duplicate. Hit the wrong thing. This little plus is duplicate. This one down here is add. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this. And see, it's fine. If you make a little mistake, you just go back and change it. Let's see what this work with me page is. Do I like that better? I certainly like the color. I do like the colors better. You know, I really kind of like this font. So see how you can get inspired. I might use this font for all of it, but I have these oval shapes through here. So I'm going to copy this and delete out this square element because it doesn't really work with the rest of the page, but I'm going to copy. That kind of looks nice. So I like that better than what I had here. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this page. And we're going to work from here. Still looking for some sort of testimonial page, but beauty, that might have one. That's products, that's reviews. Let's see if this one has one. Featured work. See, featured work could be good for a stager too. Very square. And see, you kind of get ideas as you keep going. Oops. I don't really want... Oh, these are single page. Some of them are single page. That is worth noting. Awards and achievements. The other thing too is that it doesn't have to be exactly testimonials. You know what? You know what we're going to do? I can't find exactly what I want, which happens sometimes. So I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to move it down. And I'm going to change it to testimonials. And I'm going to select these, move them up a little bit, and that can be where we have people's names. And then, let's see, I'm going to copy, make another row. And then, let's see, so if we knew we want testimonials, we'll say that these are from some of these people. So she's giving a testimonial, she's giving a testimonial, and let's see, we'll say she's giving a testimonial. These are kind of odd photos for testimonials, but that one doesn't really work very well. But these are just stock images. These aren't real people. If you want a testimonial, I do recommend having a person because it makes it feel more believable. Oh yeah, let's say she's giving a testimonial. Anyway, so we're gonna put the person's name in here. I don't know, Sherry. And this person can be Meg. And this person can be Emily. And then let's say we're going to use this testimonial text. So here's where, it would be like, this is the best thing I've ever done. I'm going to move that up a little bit. You know what? I'm going to make the name a little bit bigger. 21. So we're going to match that. Up 21. Up 21. I'm going to make this in alignment. And you know what? I kind of want to go to elements. I'm going to put a star. I'm going to search for a star. Let's say I want to add some stars. Make it clear that it's a testimonial. I'm going to make that even a little bit smaller. So I'm going to copy that and paste it. One. See those like pink lines help you line it up. 2 and 3, 4, 5. That's all crazy looking. But what you can do is copy all of them, position, tidy up. It spaces them evenly. Let's say they're still maybe a little bit too big, but I want to make them, I don't know, make them white. So see, you can add that. It's maybe a little big, but whatever. But say you want to add these under each one to show that you're a 5-star stager. I'm just giving you examples of how, yes, you work from a template, but you're still editing, right? And maybe you end up needing to make these images smaller. So you can just resize. That pink line helps you make sure they're in line. And then you'll need to, oops, yeah, move them to the center of the page. You can, again, oh wait, that's not what I wanted. Just make sure that they are kind of lined up with your text. And then there you go. Then you'd have more space for this. You can move this up a little bit. So these are just examples of ways that you can take a template, but you need to make it work for your business, right? There's not going to be the exact things you need, potentially. And I just want to show you that even if you're working from a template, there will need to be some customization, but it doesn't have to be hard. So now that I kind of have, let's say this is like, I decided I don't want this. I'm going to do the text later because I do have services, but I want to add more detail. Or like maybe this is going to be my packages. Oh, maybe that's what this should be, packages. These are like my types of packages that you can buy. These are my services I offer, testimonials, work with me. Okay, so Remember I said I liked this one, Hatton. So you can see that's what it is. That's a weird size. Let's just make it 40. I hate when it's like a weird size. We'll just make it 40. Okay, and then I don't hate that color, but I don't love it. We'll probably change the color. But let's say that's Hatton, and we're gonna check that's Garbata. And that's their logo, so that's a little bit different. We would switch that out with our own logo. So this is the title, it's Hatton. We can change this. See how this is together? You want to go, if you click on one thing and this other thing is also highlighted, you want to go and ungroup it, because that'll help you change. So it's Hatton. We're going to maybe make that a little smaller. 48. Oop, the spacing is weird. So we're going to go line spacing. And then we'll have to move this over. But we're not looking for a social media wizard anyway. Let's see. Home staging that wows. Whoops. Wows. Okay, so we're just showing you how to do it. And then I like that font better myself. So we're going to see how this all got highlighted. We're going to ungroup. That way we can change everything. And we're going to go to Hatton. And look, if I know I want to change all of this one to this font, I'm going to just click change all. Oh, see? So now that's changed. That's changed. And maybe we want to work on this coloring next. Like, what do we want? I don't hate this color, but I'm actually going to use my own brand colors because that'll be easier. So again, I'm going to go to change all. I'm going to change this as well. Do I want a little pink? We'll try that. We'll start with that. Change all. Ooh, really don't like this color. Yes. So we're going to change that. You know, I'm just going to go to black. Let's keep it classic. Start with that. I will note, see, I did click changed all and these changed, but it doesn't change the elements. The elements you have to change manually. I make that pink to make it pop. But see, now it's kind of coming together. So look, we have text, the like body text is Garbata. So we're going to go here. This is different. We need to clean up this text a little. So we're going to change all the sans to Garbata. See how that one changed? You can kind of click through and make sure. This one's now Garbata. And maybe you don't want bold anymore. So you kind of go through and just make these little branding changes, stylistic changes. And see what I said about the elements don't change. This is a background, so I'm going to have to change that manually. But see, look, okay, now that I've done that, I need to change all of this text to be black or whatever color I wanted, but let's just go to black for the beginning. And then see how you just go through and you edit. And maybe you think, oh, this picture looks kind of washed out on this color. So maybe we do that one, or that one has a little bit more color. So this is how it works. It doesn't have to be hard. See, again, these elements didn't change. Maybe I want them to be pink. But here, I can change all of them easily. One click, that's awesome. Looks way better. Wasn't into that weird color. And see, as you change the color, the fonts and the text, you're gonna have to adjust the spacing on stuff. But it still is pretty quick and easy. And then, once you kind of have the idea, you can go through and start changing the copy to be exactly what you want and editing. But look how different we already have gotten this. In terms of the design, you can always go back. I'm not totally sure this pink works with this. Or, change the order. I don't know if this is totally flowing. Maybe I want the about me first, and then I want a big image. Or maybe I want two images. Maybe I want an image between each one. And if I just want a blank full scale image, I don't even have to really put a template. I can go back, find a nice image. Let's see, maybe this. And you just hold it here. That's kind of nice. It's a little simpler. I think that looks better. So you go from here, kind of echoes the kitchen design. It makes sense. We'd have to change this copy still. About me. You know, I kind of like having some extra images because she's all about staging, so she wants to show her skills. So see how it's only been about 20 minutes and we have the bulk of a website designed so quickly. I think this does need a few more tweaks, a little cleaning up, a little bit of copy. We need to get rid of this and put in our, this company's logo. So just make sure that you have changed out everything to where it does look really customized. And then what's interesting too is if you really like the style, but you're still tweaking the text, you can actually lock your design. And so it lets you change the text. Like I could say home or staging that sells, but I can't change the color at this point. That way, if you get to something you really like and you don't want to mess it up accidentally, you just lock it. And you can always go back in. See, when I click on this, I don't get as many choices. But you can always go back in. I used to have a lot of choices. You can always go back in, unlock it, or just lock the one element. When it's open, it's unlocked. That's the whole design is locked. One element, this one element's locked. And then unlocked. So that's something to think about. I hope that helps show you how quick and easy this can be when you're really getting rolling on the design. Don't overthink it. Just, play around with it. Sometimes you just have to try something. Like maybe you think, oh, that wasn't the best color for right here. Just change it. See what looks good. See what you really like. Maybe, it just takes a little bit of playing around, but you can create an entire design of a website in under 30 minutes when you start from the templates and just customize. So I hope that that helped you see kind of the full process in motion in an example website and gives you an idea of what you need to have ready. It does speed you up if you already have your images uploaded into Canva. If you don't know how to do that, you just go over to this side, upload an image or video. You can click here and then you get a thing. So, you just select the file, or you can just drag and drop them in and it'll upload it. And then if you, have previously uploaded things, they'll show up in here. You can always add elements like I did with the star, but you can also add other things like, I don't know, say you wanted an arrow pointing at learn more. I don't think that's a great idea, but just for an example, you can flip it, you can rescale it, you can bring it down. The really cool thing about this process is that you're bringing all of the design flexibility of Canva to web without coding, right? In the old days, you would have had to code this image to be here and to point this way and to be white or red or whatever. You can make it really bright to stand out or whatever. It's just a click of a button. That's what makes this powerful. And then you decide, oh, I don't like it. You just get rid of it. No bigs. So play around with it, have fun with it, and hopefully you are inspired by how much you can design in a really quick time.